He's caressing my arm gently with his puppet hand. Stop! We just met! It's pitch dark. I better turn on the flash. I am yours to command, your majesty. Do with me whatever you wish. His smile only widens. Oh, I see what makes you happy, Jesty. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir David, and today I'd like to play a game that's part of the Yandere game jam called Kingdom of Marionettes. Who would have thought I'd end up trapped in a situation this strange? It all started because I was desperately looking for a job. Of course I was desperate. My savings were running low and I still had countless living expenses plus debt to pay. Plus all these wigs ain't gonna pay for themselves. I applied to all kinds of places, but it felt like luck absolutely hated me. In a situation like this, I no longer cared what kind of job it was, as long as it was paid. Cleaning toilets, catching bears, I'd do anything. How much do you get paid for catching bears? That's when I found this job online, a security position at an abandoned theater. Ooh, seriously, why would a place that no longer operates even need a security guard? Why would a place that no longer operates even need a security guard? Why would a place that no longer operates even need a security guard? Why would a place that no longer operates even need a security guard? Kingdom of Marionettes. I've heard this place used to be famous for its puppet performances long ago. Oh, only 3 duties. Duty number 1, keep the theater safe from vandals. I can probably manage that. Duty number 2, clean the theater. That's technically outside a security guard's job, but whatever as long as it pays. Duty number 3, make sure none of the puppets are missing and walking around. Maybe I'm so sleep-deprived that I misread it. No, you read that correctly. I read the warnings. I read the description. We got roaming around puppets. Make sure none of the puppets are missing and walking around. Wait, walking around? Make sure there are no puppets walking around? What does that even mean? Maybe they meant making sure no one steals the puppets. Yeah, that has to be it. Whoever wrote this must be joking. Real jester maxing over there. Real silly pilled over there. All right then, let's do this. Here it is. After all this time, I finally got a job. Why is there a bed in here? I mean, I guess you should, if there were security lockdown doors, you should be worried about that, but I'm worried about why is there a bed in here? Why is there missing photos and unknown accident newspaper clippings right in front of me? Strangely enough, this job didn't require an interview. When I contacted them yesterday, everything was settled almost immediately. I almost thought this was a scam, but thankfully it wasn't. All right, I have 3 tasks. First, keep the place safe from vandals. I can do that. Fortunately, there hasn't been any sign of trouble so far. That only leaves cleaning the theater and making sure all the puppets are accounted for. Well, let's clean up. Let's save the game, then clean up. Boss said I could clean it little by little. There's no need to finish everything in one day. In that case, I'll start cleaning the stage. I head towards the storage room to gather some cleaning supplies. God, it's so dark in here. I can barely see anything. I totally didn't get scared by the sound of a light. Oh wait, no, I think that said there were jump scares in this. Don't worry. Editor me in the future will warn you if there's a jump scare. I, however, will not be given that luxury. That's okay, I don't mind jump scares in games, I don't mind. I say as I get terrified by one in the next scene. I tried to turn on the light, but of course it's broken, as expected. I turn on my flashlight. Much better. The storage room itself is quite dirty. I'll clean it another time! Oh, that's why it was so loud in my ear. I had my volume up to 90. I'm so focused on gathering the supplies that I flinch when my foot steps onto something. When I look down, I see a red ball. Oh, just a ball. I don't remember seeing a red ball earlier. I must have just missed it. Once I'm sure I've gathered all the cleaning supplies, I head back towards the stage. Take the ball with you. I won't lie, this corridor is pretty unsettling. Not just this corridor either. This entire place feels creepy and dark. Rusty doors are covered with layers of old newspapers. Cracked walls are smeared with graffiti left behind by vandals. Most of the lights are broken or dead. Only a few are still on, and even those flicker. Dust and grime cling to every corner. Of course, that's not surprising. This puppet theater has been closed for a very long time. If I remember correctly, Kingdom of Marionettes shut down around the year I was born. Has no one really tried to take this place over all this time? It feels like such a waste to leave it abandoned. This place still looks so grand. My boss, whoever's going to come in, and the whole place is going to be fully restored, and they'll be like, "What did you do?" And I'll be like, "I got bored and I like this place. I just fix up everything for free." Maybe this place could be repurposed into a cinema or a high-end restaurant, or perhaps someone might even reopen this puppet theater. That would certainly be interesting. I start sweeping the stage floor, moving from one end to the other. Just sweeping the stage floor alone is enough to exhaust me. The stage is enormous, and thick layers of dust are stubborn and hard to sweep away. I look around me, then towards the audience seats. This is gonna take longer than I thought. After cleaning the stage for what feels like 2 or 3 hours, I finally finish. Well, at least the stage itself is done. At this rate, I'll probably need around 2 full days just to clean this area alone. My body is completely worn out after all the sweeping, mopping, cleaning the curtains, and everything else. I don't have the strength to continue. It's probably because I rarely exercise and live off instant noodles. No wonder my stamina is terrible. What can I do? For now, I'll stop cleaning. Let's check on the puppets. Where are the babies? According to the boss, there are around 20 puppets in this theater. That's quite a lot. I walk towards the room where all the puppets are stored, located at the very end of the corridor. Seriously, who thought it would be a good idea to place the puppet room at the end of such a dark hallway? I must be so desperate for money that I feel like someone who actually enjoys walking into a haunted house. I grip the doorknob. I take a deep breath before finally opening the door. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, they got their own little rooms. This is the puppet room. I didn't get it wrong, did I? If you ask me, it looks more like a prison. A prison, you say? I was expecting to see a bunch of puppets hanging on the walls or something like that, but strangely enough, each puppet seems to have its own room. That's so cute. All right, time to start counting. I take out a piece of paper containing the list of puppets. Who should I check first? Well, let's start at the top and work our way down. What's the jester doing? Let's see, the jester puppet. I walk towards the door with the name Jester written on it, and then I check through the viewing slot in the door. The jester's puppet's room is decorated with striped patterns, aww, in various colors, mostly black, red, and yellow. Aww, I gotta show 'em to our husband Piero. It's filled with all kinds of acrobat props, balls, a unicycle, and many others. As I look more closely, I finally spot the jester puppet standing in the corner of the room. I can't see its face, since the puppet is slightly hunched over, but at least I know it's in there. Alright, what's the knight doing? Is the knight okay? I walk towards the door labeled Knight. The knight's puppet's room is neatly kept. A sturdy, imposing shield is mounted on the wall, along with various other shield decorations. There's quite a number of shields, in all different shapes and designs. Oh, cool. On the bed, I see a puppet sitting upright, a dark red cloak draped over his face. I'm certain it's the knight puppet. Checked. Alright, what's the king doing? What's up, king? I walk towards the door labeled King. When I look inside, the room is lavish. There's a king-size bed with curtains, a comfortable-looking chase, lounge, and several paintings. I examine every corner of the room, but I can't find the king puppet anywhere. Maybe we should check the queen's room. Ooh, scandalous. Oh no, is the king puppet missing? I check the puppet list I'm carrying, but I don't see the king's puppet's name on it either. Is there no king? I suppose there was never a king puppet to begin with, or has it been missing for a long time? Great idea. Who needs a king? No king, no king. La 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 la. I will be king. Hopefully I'm not gonna be turned into the king puppet. I've only checked 2 puppets so far. I better hurry and report the results to the boss. Who is my boss? After spending a few more minutes checking the puppets, I finally finish. Every puppet listed is present. Well, I guess, yeah, all done. I head straight back to my room and report to the boss. All of my tasks are finished. Now all that's left is to stand guard. Being a security guard doesn't seem so bad. I get paid just for keeping watch. The pay isn't great, but better than nothing. What should I do while I'm on watch? I'm so tired, but I can't afford to fall asleep. I take out my phone and start browsing the internet, just doom scrolling on TikTok. My knowledge about this theater is still pretty limited, and my curiosity gets the better of me, so I decide to look up some information online. Kingdom of Marionettes, a puppet theater that tells the story of everyday lives of puppets in a kingdom. No wonder the puppets I saw earlier were dressed in outfits from a royal era. Kingdom of Marionettes was known for its amusing and mesmerizing performances, enhanced by the puppets' charming designs. Was this place really that famous back then? They even sold merchandise and all kinds of stuff. I would love a little jester toy, a little jester doll. There was even a poll for favorite characters. That's kind of cute. First place went to the jester. People really do like odd characters, huh? I have a whole playlist of jester and clown characters. They're one of my favorites. Second place was the knight, and third was the wizard. Wait, we didn't check on the wizard. I end up getting completely absorbed in all this information about the theater, and before I realize it, I've been scrolling for half an hour. Oh crap, I need to check the CCTV. Gotta get this game started. Well, my Markiplier instincts are telling me to check the stage first. Ah! I checked the camera at the stage. There's nothing... Wait a second. What the heck is that? Oh, I see what the heck that is. Maybe I shouldn't have checked that first. Through the CCTV feed, I can see a figure standing upright at the center of the stage. It's hard to make out in the darkness, but I'm certain someone's there. Is it the vandals? How did they even get inside? Darn it, I need to check it right now, before those vandals do something that'll make my job even harder. I quickly grab a flashlight and a baton to defend myself, then rush out of the room towards the theater hall. I don't think I was supposed to check the stage first. I step into the theater hall and look towards the darkened stage. I'm ready to fight, y'all! It's too dark to see anyone clearly. I have to get closer! Hey, buddy! Boo! Still unprepared and struggling to process what was happening, I let out the loudest scream I have ever made when, without warning, the figure was already standing right in front of me. You'd get punched in your face. He gently covers my mouth, as if signaling that he won't hurt me. Shh. I can feel my soul almost slip from my body for a second. Slowly, he pulls his hand away from my lips. The figure is dressed like a jester. Bells hang from the tips of its hood, and its outfit is colored red, black, and white and yellow. Wait a second. That's the jester puppet that I checked earlier. He is moving? Moving on his own? How is that even possible? Suddenly, I remembered the list of duties I read before applying yesterday. Make sure none of the puppets are missing and walking around. Hey, you're not supposed to be walking around, young man. You get back to your room or you get no pudding. At that moment, I believed it after seeing it with my own eyes and mind. This isn't a joke. They're alive. The puppet then snaps his fingers, and in an instant, he disappears from in front of me. Aw, man. Here I thought we had to deal with wandering puppets. You mean he could do magic? He could just disappear? What? Where did he go now? Wait! Stop! A hand, so small and soft, like cotton, like a kitten's paw. He's caressing my arm gently with his puppet hand. Stop! We just met. You can't be caressing my hand like that. Quit it. What if somebody sees us? That's some gorgeous animation, too. A form so small, so easily broken, yet somehow brimming with warmth and movement. A vessel that reacts, trembles, and changes so beautifully. And that face, always shifting, always telling stories without meaning to. Is he examining me? Is he checking me out? You're really a human. Yes, I'm human. Last time I checked, I reply in a nervous voice, laced with fear. Seconds passed, then hours, days, weeks, months, years. It has been so very long since all of that faded away. A kingdom that was once so lively, so magnificent, so full of joy, has now been reduced to silence. A kingdom that was once led by a ruler, one who guided us all towards our purpose, toward our lives, has now vanished. Like fledgling birds abandoned by their parent before they were ever ready to fly, we were left to be guided by confusion, by despair. We move without direction or destination, not knowing where we are meant to go, and yet we believe that someday a new light will appear to guide us, a leader who will give us life once more and lead us towards the lives we were always meant to live. We waited, and we hoped and waited, round and round, over and over, until the two became indistinguishable, as though we were never meant to be apart. And so that circle endured. It lingered through the passage of time, until now, until this very day, which quietly dares to call itself a turning point. Will this circle continue its gentle, merciless dance, unbroken, unchanged? Or will it at last begin to crack, to fracture, to finally shatter, granting us relief from the loop we call life? I don't know what you's talking about, but I like all them pretty words you be using. I like your words, funny man. What is he talking about so suddenly? I don't understand. Is he telling me a fairy tale? A kingdom, a place never far removed from politics, a realm steeped in tension, where seriousness lurks beneath its lavish, glittering surface. Like ice, bitterly cold, it requires at least a touch of warmth. No, perhaps half of that warmth to keep its balance. And that is precisely why I am here, to soften the air, to deliver laughter, to carry joy wherever it dares to fade. Now, can you guess who I am? This person, no, this puppet, seems to really enjoy talking. You're a jester? Ding, ding, ding. Correct. Though to be precise, jester is merely my role. Allow me to properly introduce to you, sweet human. My name is Justin. You may call me Justin. Aw, Justin. It sounds like Justin, but it's got the word just in it, 'cause he's a jester. Ha! Though some prefer Jess, Jessie, Tintin, and quite a few other variations, I'm afraid. Now that I have offered you my name, allow me just this once to ask for yours in return. Why would my name be Seven? Why is the default name Seven? I am Espoir. It means hope in French. Espoir. What a lovely name for such a lovely soul. And your pronouns are? She, her. Understood. But tell me, what brings you to this kingdom, I wonder? Are you perhaps carrying out a duty for the crown? Wait, was it the king that hired me? He keeps referring to this theater as a kingdom. It started to confuse me. Also, the way he speaks is really strange. But whatever, I'll play along for now. I just want to get out of here as soon as possible. I'm just a security guard. My job is to watch over this theater and do a bit of cleaning on the side and make sure you're not roaming around. Get back to your room. I hope my answer satisfies him. But suddenly, he starts laughing, and I have no idea why. Is my answer really that amusing to him? Ah, a guardian, it is. Such a noble calling. A protector of the kingdom. One who stands firm, fighting on until the very last drop of blood. Now, the funny thing is, that's the last thing a security guard should be doing. And yet, regrettably, you cannot become a guardian here. Well, what do you mean? You see, we already have a knight who serves as this kingdom's shield. His name is Nighter, and we have no intention of welcoming another. One knight is more than sufficient. Is he talking about roles in this theater? Oh, then I'll just be a cleaner. Actually, there was a door that said maid. We already have plenty of maids here, and I don't think it would be possible for us to add another. Wait a minute. Are you gonna turn me into a puppet? All right, then. I suppose I'll just be no one. Oh, no. Everyone who comes here must have a role of their own. And the role that currently stands vacant is the king, the queen, the ruler of the kingdom. Oh, no. All right. But why is the only position of king empty? What happened to the previous king? When I checked the puppets earlier, there was a room labeled The King, so the king puppet must have existed. Sadly, he passed away. Oh, I'm sorry. My condolences. It's all right, my dear. That is simply how life is. People come and go. It's a part of a cycle you cannot escape. I believe humans understand that very much. He then clapped his hands. It has been a very long time since the king passed. This kingdom has grown terribly dark, filled with silence, without direction or joy. And I must admit, it has grown rather boring in here. But now that I have met such a sweet human before me, why don't you indulge me in a little game, Your Majesty? Your Majesty? Me? His smile widened. Yes, let us play a bit of acting. You shall pretend to be the queen, and I will be your jester. I like the way this is going. I'm probably in danger, but I like the way this is going. Oh, do forgive me. I have been a jester from the very beginning. How foolish of me. Justin then snaps his fingers, and before I knew it, he had moved onto the stage. Now then, shall we allow the performance to begin? Wait, I've never acted before. I don't even know how. Oh no, my dear. Simply live as though you have always been the ruler of this kingdom. Okay, I think I could do that. Justin snapped his fingers again. In an instant, I found myself already on stage, seated upon a plush throne, a crown resting atop my head. What? How'd you do that? One day, beneath the scorching summer sun, the kingdom was struck by trouble once more. The farmers were filled with sorrow as the relentless heat of summer scorched the land. crops withered and failed under the drought, leaving the fields barren. As a result, the farmers suffered great losses, with no harvest left to sell. At the end, the farmers brought their plight before Her Majesty, hoping she might receive aid and relief. I looked around, trying to find the source of the voice that sounded like a narrator. Within the kingdom, Her Majesty sat upon her throne, her expression clouded with confusion, when Justin, the royal jester, appeared before her to relay the troubles faced by the farmers.
Good evening, Your Majesty.
Justin appeared and bowed before me with utmost reverence.
What a truly beautiful day it is today. A day just as fitting to tend to the little troubles stirring within the kingdom. Wouldn't you agree, Your Majesty?
Troubles? In the kingdom?
Indeed, Your Majesty. As of late, the townsfolk have begun to voice their worries. The harvests have failed, brought low by the relentless drought of the dry season, and as one might expect, such misfortune has left them quite lacking in means. Please come in, dear guest.
A man who worked as a farmer then entered, after Justin granted the man permission to enter. Suddenly, a puppet dressed as a farmer stepped forward and knelt before me.
Oh, greetings, Your Majesty. Please forgive my boldness, but we come before you to humbly seek your aid. Due to the failed harvest, we no longer have the means to replace the crops that withered, nor do we have the funds to meet our daily needs. Thus we beg you to grant us your guidance.
Having been dragged into the role of a queen without warning, confusion washed over me. My own troubles were far from resolved, and now I was expected to find a way to save the farmers as well? What am I supposed to do? Give them money, build water channels, give them new seeds. I need time to think, or you should find a solution yourselves. I think, for the moment, we should give them money, but we should also build water channels. But that would take resources that they probably don't have. So I think give them money right now. That should solve the problem immediately, and then focus on the long-term thing. Maybe I could give them money. That way they could buy the things they need. What if I gave you some funds? I'll provide whatever you need, whether it's to buy new seeds or to cover your daily needs. Upon hearing the Queen's decision to provide the farmers with as much funding as they needed, the farmer's heart danced with joy. All right, that narrator's voice that's coming from who knows where was starting to make me uneasy.
Oh, of course, Your Majesty. That sounds like a good idea. Thank you very much.
With a joyful heart, the farmer finally left the palace to deliver the good news. The farmer puppet then stood up and left the stage. I could feel Justin's gaze fixed on me.
Oh, Your Majesty! Such a truly wise and kind-hearted decision, providing the farmers with funds to meet their basic needs. It is not a bad idea at all. He paused. You're so kind, Your Majesty, and kindness is a beautiful thing. But when given without limits, it turns into expectation. He tilted his head. Tell me, how many coins does it take to feed a kingdom?
That's...
Forgive me. I forgot. You are very generous. He smiled. The kingdom must be quite small if generosity alone is enough to sustain it.
He is right. Being a queen is really hard. I mean, I'm just a security guard, desperate for money just to survive. And now all of a sudden, I'm being dragged into playing a role of a queen by living puppets. I'm really not that fit to be a leader. Is it finished?
Finished? If governing a kingdom were that simple, Your Majesty, I fear we would have far fewer queens.
There's still more. The day passed slowly within the kingdom, and without Her Majesty realizing it, the time that had once shown 9 in the morning had already advanced to 1 in the afternoon. At that very moment, a formal letter from another kingdom suddenly arrived. Upon learning of this, the butler promptly took the letter and set out to deliver it to Her Majesty. Suddenly, a butler-dressed puppet approached Justin and handed him a parchment scroll. Justin read it for a moment. His expression turned focused before his eyes shifted towards me, and that wide smile returned to his face.
Your Majesty, we have received a most astonishing and rather intriguing request from a neighboring kingdom. It is all written here, in ink, upon this scroll. In short, they wish to purchase a small piece of land along our border, under the pretense of facilitating trade. Should your Majesty agree to this arrangement, they are required to offer compensation in gold coins, an amount I am quite certain would give your Majesty a heart attack on the spot. So then, what will you do, your Majesty?
Oh no, this is starting to sound complicated. What should I do? Wait, hold on, wait, do I pay them? Or wait, hold on, wait, what? Oh, well, they're gonna give compensation to facilitate trade? Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, sure, that sounds like a good idea, right? Where's my royal advisor? Where's my shifty, wormy, clearly evil royal advisor who tells me things? Is it you, Justin? What really happened to the last king?
How decisive, your Majesty. Gold has a way of making difficult choices appear simpler.
I mean, hey, if we're going to feed all these farmers, we're going to need some extra coin.
Let us hope the land proves less costly than it seems. Very well, I shall inform our neighbors of your Majesty's will, and I believe that, for now, the matters your Majesty was required to resolve have reached the end of today's program.
Finally, it ends. I don't know if my brain can handle these kingdom things anymore.
You must be tired, your Majesty. How about we do something calming? Perhaps a dance?
Justin offered his hand, inviting me to dance. How scandalous! But I've never danced before.
That won't be a problem, your Majesty. This dance is very slow. It won't trouble you at all.
If I didn't know better, Jesty, I'd say you just wanted to hold my hand some more. I hesitated for a moment, but seeing that expression on his face, I felt I couldn't refuse. All right. The moment I took his hand, the stage lights suddenly went out. Oh no. Him tall. Him big. Him real big. And when they came back on, without realizing it, I was already in dancing position with Justin. Justin's steps were as slow as he had promised, and I followed his rhythm. We didn't say a word, only the dance music filled the silence on the stage.
You're doing quite well, your Majesty.
I'm just following you.
And that is more than enough.
The room fell silent once again.
Do you know the name of this dance, your Majesty?
I don't think so.
You could say this is the most iconic dance in the Kingdom of Marionettes. At the end of every performance, we always dance this one. We call it Dance Macabre.
I like that song. That's one of my favorite classical songs. Also, scary. Our steps grew more perfectly synchronized after Justin said that. Dance Macabre. Or Dance Macabre for people who read words directly off the screen. I've never heard of it before. Why is it called that? Suddenly, a sharp dizziness washed over my head. My head, it hurts so much. I feel as though something inside me is being slowly pulled apart. My steps falter, and my entire body weakened in an instant. But Justin's arm caught me, keeping me from falling. My whole body became weak and trembled. Justin? What is...
Seconds passed, then hours, days, weeks, months, years. It has been so very long since all of that faded away, and after so long, it seems fate has not yet chosen our side. In the end, this aimless fate of ours must continue on its path.
Oh no!
Because, ultimately, You are unworthy. Your reign as queen ends here. Now it is time for you to rest peacefully. Close your eyes and let this dance guide you into eternal serenity. Finn.
Rude! What do you mean I'm unworthy? My kingdom is happy. My people are taken care of. I don't know what you're talking about. What kind of ruler do you expect me to be?
Hey there, pre-recorded Esquire here, and may I have 30 seconds of your time? Want me to draw your OCs? Check out my Ko-fi page for art commissions as low as $20. Link in the description. Every week I post a Saturday update blog on both of my Patreons and now also my YouTube channel members. With behind-the-scenes stuff, upcoming games I want to play, life stuff, old lady stuff, and pictures of Daisy. Link in the description. Want to see the full uncensored versions of gameplays I can't show on this channel? Join my adult Patreon for the low price of $1 and being over the age of 18. The description in the Do you yearn to wear merch of a super obscure free visual novel? Check out my TeePublic and Teespring t-shirt store. Descriptions are in link. Want to support my channel but you have no money? Hit the like button or subscribe. It's free. That's right, free. We're just giving it away. Check out my itch.io page. Play Picture Perfect Boyfriend. It's free. Link in the description.
Alright, what if I go back to that last choice and refuse? Like, no, we're not gonna do that. That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Oh? To turn down such generosity? How admirable. One can only hope our neighbors share your Majesty's appreciation for principles. Very well, then. I shall inform our neighbors of your Majesty's will, and I believe that, for now, the matters of your Majesty we're required to resolve have reached the end of today's program. You may rest your head now, your Majesty.
Rest my head where?
Finally, it ends. I don't know if my brain can handle these kingdom things anymore. Before I finally am able to relax, my phone rings.
And he's like, what the heck is that?
Oh no. It has to be my debt collector. Ah, jeez. I really don't want to deal with this right now. I don't have the money to pay. But I don't really have a choice.
Yes, you do. Who says you gotta answer the phone? You're a millennial.
Hello?
Espoir, you know why I'm calling, don't you?
Of course.
So?
I'm sorry. I can't pay it right now. But I just got a job again. You just need to wait until payday.
Ha, fine. But remember, you've already delayed this for 5 months.
I know. Thank you for your understanding.
Moments after ending the call, I leaned my body against my seat, needing a brief rest. I have to pay it within a month. I ran my fingers through my hair in frustration, before remembering that Justin was still standing in front of me.
Oh, sorry, Justin. That was just a personal matter.
Suddenly, Justin's hand gently closed around my shoulder. He looked at me with that wide smile of his.
Your Majesty, your personal matters are the kingdom's matters, and that makes them my concern as well, as the kingdom's jester. From what I observed in your conversation through that technology just now, it seems your Majesty is in debt to another kingdom. Am I correct?
Yeah?
His hand on my shoulder gently kneaded the tension away. Instantly, I felt myself relax. Oh, he can give massages too?
You may tell me your troubles, your Majesty. After all, I am your most loyal and only jester.
I've been thinking about the kingdom's finances for a long time now. They've been dwindling more and more.
Oh my.
Yeah, back then you could say I formed a sort of friendship with the ruler of another kingdom. That kingdom needed help because they were facing a similar problem, but in the end, that kingdom was only exploiting me, and then they betrayed me. So I had to borrow funds from other kingdoms, and now our kingdom is burdened with considerable debt. I've been trying to find other sources of income just to keep things stable. After I explained all of my troubles, though full of metaphors, Justin said nothing for a while. Silence wrapped itself around the air between us.
Do you know why the lion is honored as the king of the forest, your Majesty?
Because lions don't actually live in the forest. For a second, I feel confused by his sudden question about lions. Because they're majestic?
Indeed. They are majestic. They are fearsome. They are resilient. Apex predators standing at the very top. Now, imagine a rabbit. Why is the rabbit never called the king of the forest?
Because rabbits are too gentle? Small? Not frightening enough?
Jester, clearly you've never owned a rabbit.
Gentle. Far too hesitant. And, tragically human. And most importantly, trusting others a little too easily. Very noble qualities for a suffering soul. Less so for a queen.
Oh, is that why I'm unworthy? 'Cause I'm not willing to screw people over?
You thought that by helping others, they would like you, that they would smile at you, stand beside you and call you a friend. And then boom! What a delightful surprise. You've been fooled, tricked, played like a lovely little tune. Absolutely bamboozled.
He laughs maniacally. Well, you don't gotta laugh at my people-pleasing. Rude.
Isn't that perfectly ironic?
Justin spoke with a smile, each laugh delicate and polite, yet every word felt like a sharp blade pressed against my chest. I once read that a jester's task in a kingdom is to entertain. Yeah, you're doing a lot more than entertaining, buddy. And part of that is revealing truth through jest.
Alright, yeah, I guess, yeah, alright, yeah. What's that called? The jester's immune to being beheaded. You know what? Shut your trap.
But the way he said that, his words piercing deadly through my heart, I won't lie, that's so annoying.
You see, Your Majesty, the rules of this world are not some sweet little fable where kindness is always repaid in kind. I believe you already know that. Sometimes the game is far simpler than that. Sometimes the rule is merely eat or be eaten.
Do you mean I should become a lion?
Oh, no, Your Majesty. That won't be necessary. Why, the look on your face alone, so deprived of sleep, is already quite terrifying.
He laughs mockingly as he watches me frown.
Forgive me, Your Majesty, I was only joking. I am not telling you to become a lion. Have you ever considered combining a rabbit and a lion?
No.
Wouldn't that look like some kind of mutant?
Not that sort of combination, Your Majesty.
He waves a finger lightly.
The appearance of a rabbit, yet the heart of a lion, like a wolf beneath sheep's clothing, if you ask me.
He pauses.
And also, trust only those around you whom you truly know, those who will remain loyal to you no matter what. Difficult, yes, but that is simply the truth.
Nah.
And after that, perhaps those loyal to you may even help you destroy the ones who have hurt you. Just for you. You do understand what I mean, do you not, Your Majesty?
His words leave me lost in thought. Now that I think about it, I really am a people-pleaser.
Right in my heart. Right in my real live-action heart.
I understand, but changing isn't that easy.
Justin lets out a soft chuckle. His eyes narrow as his smile slowly widens. Quite right, Your Majesty, and that is precisely why. Perhaps instead of asking what more you can give, you should ask yourself what you are still refusing to take.
I like the way you think, Jesty.
Justin steps away from me, giving me space to ponder the meaning of his words. His words are always hard to understand. He clapped his hands, snapping me out of my thoughts.
Now, allow me to present you with entertainment. You must be tired working all day, yes, Your Majesty? As much as I adore that expression of yours, like a bat awakened in broad daylight, I would still rather not see you forever wearing a face so utterly devoid of joy.
He chuckles softly. It leaves me with far too little to laugh at.
I shall make you smile once more, melting the chill of your life with the fire of delight I bring. Allow me.
Justin snaps his fingers. In an instant, something appears on his hands. It was a small rectangular object, wrapped in a layer of gold and tied neatly with a red ribbon. Ooh, what is it?
Is it a flute? Are you going to play me a merry tune?
Justin then handed it to me, allowing me to open it myself. Chocolate?
Indeed, Your Majesty. Everyone loves chocolate. Who doesn't? So I do hope you'll like it. Wait, Your Majesty, did you eat all of the chocolates already? Why is the entire box gone? Why are you chewing on the box, Your Majesty? Your Majesty, put the box down!
'Cause I'd eat them chocolates. I'd eat them chocolates faster than he could blink.
And it's not just any ordinary chocolate.
They're already down my throat. I'm like, what do you mean by that?
I crafted every step of it with all my heart, carefully, gently, and with the utmost devotion. So I hope you'll savor my handmade chocolate and not forget the color of its wrapping, Your Majesty.
I'm gonna eat it. Well, since it was already given to me, I couldn't refuse. I didn't have the heart to. I broke off a piece of the chocolate and put it in my mouth. The moment it touched my tongue, I could feel it melting. But at the same time, I saw Justin's smile sharpen, and that was when I felt it. A burning sensation spread across my tongue. Ah! Are these jalapeno chocolates? Are these spicy chocolates?
Oh dear, it seems someone forgot the color of the wrapping.
Huh? Justin chuckled softly at my face, turning red from the heat. What kind of chocolate is this?
It's chocolate, of course, but I find the usual ingredients rather dull. Nothing new. How boring. And then a brilliant idea struck me. Why not add something new to the recipe? So I added chili powder.
I mean, isn't that a thing? Isn't that a thing? That is a thing. Spicy chocolate? That is a thing. I know I've heard of that. I know I've heard of chili powder chocolate. You're not original, Jest. You're not original. I stared at him, completely speechless. What kind of thinking is that?
Poor you, Your Majesty, but that flustered, reddened expression of yours is simply adorable.
Justin then handed me a glass of water to drink. How did I fall for his prank so easily? That was a prank, bro!
Please forgive me, Your Majesty. I'll give you a proper entertainment this time. I promise this isn't another prank.
I don't trust you. Unless it's more chocolate, then I will trust you. Justin snapped his fingers. Balls. just, there's only one choice. There's only one choice, and the choice is balls. Balls?
Correct.
Without waiting any longer, he began to juggle with remarkable skill. I am very impressed by professional juggling. The balls flew from one hand to another, mixed with a few flashy tricks. It was obvious he had done this countless times before. Then his gaze shifted towards me.
You must continue my juggling, Your Majesty.
No, I'm not good at juggling. I'm not good. Wait, what? Before I could finish my sentence, Justin tossed all of the balls towards me. Hey, I'm not prepared. You gotta start me off with one. No matter how hard I tried, it was hopeless. The balls slipped from my hands and hit the floor before I could even keep them in the air. Seeing my pathetic attempt, Justin burst into laughter.
Truly, Your Majesty? You cannot even catch them, let alone juggle.
I'm busy ruling. I'm the ruler. Your job is to jest. You're the jester. Of course not. I've never done this before. The balls rolled across the stage, scattering at my feet.
Don't look so defeated already, Your Majesty. Here I thought humans were quite good at catching things. Opportunities, promises, responsibilities.
He chuckles softly, as if he had just told a harmless joke. Listen, Buster, you threw them at me without warning.
Did I?
You were like, think fast, Your Majesty! Bam! He tilts his head, the bells on his hood chiming faintly.
My apologies, then. Sometimes I forget that not everyone enjoys surprises as much as I do.
He bent down and picked up one of the fallen balls, spinning it lightly on his palm.
Tell me, what do you think juggling is, Your Majesty?
Throwing things? Trying not to drop them?
Ho-ho! An honest answer. I like that. Juggling is balance, timing, knowing which ball to catch first and which one you must allow to fall.
He casually tosses the ball into the air, catching it with ease. Then he lets the ball slip from his fingers, and it hits the stage with a dull sound. Then he stares back at me. Well, as the jester, who's good at juggling, why don't you just teach me? He freezes for a moment.
Teach you? You mean teach you how to juggle?
Yeah, at the very least, I want to try to not drop them right away. Truthfully, I'm already exhausted, but I feel like I can't stop here. Justin's surprised expression slowly turns into a wide smile.
How interesting. Very well, then.
He picks up the balls that had fallen and hands them back to me.
Go on. Give it a try.
I brace myself and start tossing the balls, but Justin's gaze makes me nervous. Even so, I throw them into the air. Justin lets out a soft laugh as he watches my attempt.
Your Majesty, it can hardly be called juggling if you do it that slowly.
Oh, come on. I'm learning here. He snaps his fingers, and suddenly more balls appear in his hand. He begins juggling as well, though it feels less like practice and more like showing off. He performs trick after trick with ease, while I continue tossing the balls slowly, what I insist on calling juggling. The way he teases me is genuinely irritating.
He's like, look what I can do, Your Majesty. Can you do this?
When I try to speed up, a few balls nearly slip from my hands, and some fall to the floor.
Come now, just accept it. You simply can't do it, Your Majesty.
You telling me I can't do something, sir? You telling me that there's something I can't do? Are you like challenging me, man? But I asked you to teach me, not mock me. I don't feel like you're teaching me anything about juggling.
I do, my dear. I teach you through experience.
I don't think that's how this works.
Ah, but what a truly remarkable enthusiasm for learning you have, dear. Such dedication surely deserves a gift.
Justin suddenly tosses a single ball towards me, startling me and causing all of my balls to fall. Gosh dang it! As I try to catch it, the ball suddenly vanishes into thin air.
Oh, it seems your catching skills are just dreadful, Your Majesty. Allow me. I shall catch it for you.
His arm reaches out, stopping just behind my ear.
Care to guess where the ball is?
What? I have the feeling no matter what I pick, it's going to be wrong. I'm going to let fate decide, right? A bunny! When I choose his right hand, a small bunny doll appears.
An excellent choice, Your Majesty. A gift from me to you.
Aw, thank you. Well, then what's in the left hand? Aw, little snake. When I choose his left hand, a small snake doll appears. Aw, I want the bunny, though. I'm going to go back and choose the bunny. He takes a step back. Did he just do a magic trick? Oh, that's so cool. How'd you do that? It's a palming technique, and I guess they're squishy toys, so he's able to, like, squish it under his sleeve or something. Justin fell silent for a moment. Or maybe he's just magic. Justin fell silent for a moment before his smile slowly returned.
That is a jester's secret, my dear. I could never tell you,
Justin said teasingly. Then, can I see more?
Oh,
Why did he make that expression? Did I say something wrong? Hey, Justin, I like magic tricks.
Oh, such a curious little thing.
Why you blushing so hard? You like it when I like your magic tricks? He starts to clench his hand, then begins pulling a piece of cloth from his palm. As he pulled, the cloth only grew longer and longer. How is that possible? Me, you forget that you're in an abandoned theater talking to an animated marionette. He squeezed the cloth tightly. What's he doing now? When he opened it again, a small snake toy suddenly appeared inside. Oh, that's amazing! Wowie! I am dazzled!
And now the Royal Jester's Magic Show has come to an end. Thank you for your attention. I believe your time in this kingdom has now come to an end.
Aw. I'm confused by what he means, but when I glance at my watch, it reads 5:30 a.m. I only got half an hour to be here, guys. Oh, my shift is over. He takes my hand and presses a kiss to the back of it. His lips feel cold, yet the sensation sends heat waves racing through my body and straight to my heart.
Then, until we meet again, sweet human.
Oh no, I think he likes me. After saying that, Justin walks towards the dark side of the stage and disappears. And get back to your room, mister. I may not be on the clock, but I still had a job to do. I finally returned to my small, miserable apartment, and what happened today was truly something. Living puppets, and being treated like some kind of queen. What a strange day. It feels like I'm going crazy. Should I go back again tomorrow? This whole situation feels so creepy. Of course I have to go. My debt won't be paid by itself. I need the money. Looking for another job would be far too difficult for me right now. I don't know what'll happen to me later. For now, I'd better get some sleep. I'm utterly exhausted. Oh no!
Seconds passed, then hours, days, weeks, months, years. It has been so very long since all of that faded away, and after so long, I finally found you, my queen. Your Majesty, I truly thank you for today. You've made me so unbearably happy. But you will come again tonight, won't you? Of course you will. There are still so many things we can do together. I simply couldn't bear it if you didn't. I'll teach you juggling. You said you wanted me to, didn't you? Then I'll teach you everything, every trick, every motion, until your hands move exactly the way mine do. Then I'll show you magic tricks, ones I promise will steal your breath away. Oh, and there are so many puppets waiting for you to meet, to arrange, to belong where you want them. And then, we can dine together, sleep together, sing together, dance together, always together, and then, oh, sweet tart and cream, there are simply too many things we could do that I hardly know where to begin, as long as you never leave my side. Truly, what have you done to me, Your Majesty? I'm beginning to believe you're a sorcerer of terrifying power. Even Wizzy, the royal mage, couldn't twist a heart like this. I scarcely recognize myself anymore, Your Majesty, but somehow I don't wish to go back. The kingdom needs you. I need you. No, I want you. I crave you, my queen, Espoir. I've never felt anything this overwhelming before. I want to stay by your side, watch you breathe, carve your image into my mind, touch you, and perhaps sink even deeper into you, until there's nothing left but us. No, how improper of me, a mere jester touching his queen so boldly. But if you were to grant me permission, I would cherish every inch of you with the utmost devotion. Oh, My queen, I can hardly endure the wait to see you again. I wish time would rush forward, and yet freeze completely when I am with you. If only I could bend time itself just for you. I'll take my leave now, my queen. May your dreams be filled with me. Espoir.
Oh, isn't that cute? Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, oh.
Since I went and checked the stage first, I didn't check all these other places. Check the outer gate. I checked the camera at the outer gate. There's nothing there. Check corridor 1. There's nothing there. Check theater hall. Shenanigans? Theater hall, nothing there. Check storage. I checked the storage room camera. There's nothing... Oh! Wait a minute. Hold on a second. You're not... That's not the jester. That's not the jester! I take back what I said. Someone just passed through the storage room. Hooligans? Vandals? Was that a vandal? No, that doesn't make sense. How did they get inside? Darn it. I need to check it right now before those vandals do something that'll make my job even harder. Wait, are we gonna meet someone else? I quickly grab a flashlight and a baton to defend myself, then rush out of the room towards the storage area. Oh, we're going to the storage area now. When I arrive at the storage room, I find nothing. However, the storage room door is open, proof that what I saw on the CCTV was real and not just my imagination. I have a bad feeling. Whoever this person is, they're somewhere in the corridor. Let me just save my little old game. I grip my baton as tightly as I can and slowly step into the hallway. It's pitch dark. I better turn on the flashlight. Please don't jump in my face. What in the hoo-ha is that? After turning on the flashlight, I can finally see the dark path stretching out in front of me. But I can also see something else. Is he really, really big? Why are these marionettes so big? A tall figure standing at the far end of the corridor. The figure is draped in a red cloak, its edges torn and ragged, its outfit resembling that of a knight. No, this isn't a vandal. It's the night puppet I checked earlier. How could a puppet be standing there? There's no way. Puppets don't move. Maybe some vandals broke in and moved the night puppet here, and because they noticed me, they put it back so they could escape as quickly as possible. Yeah, that has to be it. Before I can calm myself with all these possibilities, the puppet's head moves and turns to look straight at me. I take back what I said. Yeah, I do take back what I said. I like puppets and marionettes, but I don't like when something's standing still that looks like it shouldn't move, moves.
Intruder.
I work here, buddy. That puppet can talk. Calm down, don't panic, stay calm. There's a creepy puppet over there. Stay calm. There's some shenanigans in the air. Stay calm. But what should I do in this situation? Keep silent. Who are you? Run. Save your game. Keep silent. I just stand there, frozen. I don't know what to do. Even if I say something, I'm afraid it'll only make things worse. I never imagined a situation where a puppet would speak to me.
Ah! You're kinda cute, but could you please stop strangling me?
Suddenly, in the blink of an eye, a hand clamps around my throat. The night puppet is right in front of me, choking me with terrifying speed.
Once again, an intruder. It seems more and more intruders have been coming to this kingdom lately. How fortunate.
His grip tightens around my neck, cutting off my air. He's going to kill me. I struggle with every strength that I have, punching his arm and kicking his legs, trying desperately to break free. But it's useless. He's far stronger than me. He doesn't even budge.
My vision grows blurrier, sinking deeper into darkness. Is this really how my life ends? Killed by a living puppet? What is this, a Goosebumps book? Ah! Just before my consciousness completely fades, a hand suddenly covers my eyes.
What are you doing in here?
Huh? Who's behind me? Another puppet?
Neither. I believe I've mentioned this before. Wouldn't it be better if any visitors who wander into our kingdom were entrusted to me? For what? So you can carry out that absurd plan of yours? My friend, you're free to doubt me if you wish. I wouldn't fault you for it. But I do need this visitor. You understand that much, don't you?
Suddenly, the corridor falls silent. I have no idea what's happening. The night puppet named Niter snorts in irritation before abruptly releasing his grip from my throat. I hear his footsteps fading away, a clear sign that he's left. Yet the hand covering my eyes doesn't move, gently keeping my vision obscured. Then I feel another hand slowly rest on my shoulder, making me flinch. You better not move that hand anywhere else.
Easy now. The danger has passed. You may allow yourself to relax. Why don't you come with me for the time being? I assure you, I am not someone you need to fear. After all, any guest who sets foot in this kingdom ought to be welcomed properly. Wouldn't you agree?
All right. Whoever is standing behind me sounds friendly enough. Still, it's probably best if I just go along with it. I nod my head.
Excellent. Now, come with me.
The figure behind me guides me forward, leading me where they want while keeping my eyes covered. After a while, he stops.
We've arrived. Now, please take a seat here and make yourself comfortable.
They gently guide me down into the seat. Then, their hand moves away from my eyes, finally allowing me to see. This is the theater hall. I turn around trying to see who's been guiding me all this time, but there's no one there. What? Where's that person at?
Slap!
I have a feeling with this lovely knight that no matter what I do, I'm still going to get choked out. But what if I go, who are you? He didn't say anything back. I never imagined a situation where a puppet would speak. Okay, maybe not that. Okay, what if I run? How fast are you? Without a second thought, I spun around and ran straight towards my office. Once I reached it, I locked the door as quickly as I could. The puppet was really alive. It talked. Am I dreaming? I feel like I've lost my mind. Or maybe I already have. I tried to calm myself and slowly stepped backwards, but keeping my eyes on the door. I just hear the foxy footsteps running down the hall after me. I braced myself for the puppet's arrival at my office, but even after 5 minutes have passed, I heard nothing. Did the puppet not follow me? Ah! Stop doing that!
I expected you to scream, but it seems you're a good child. Far better than I anticipated.
A soft voice whispered right against my ear. It's high-pitched, oddly playful, almost childlike. Then I feel another hand slowly rest on my shoulder, making me flinch. Better watch that hand of yours.
Easy now. The danger is past. You may now allow yourself to relax. Why don't you come with me for the time being? I assure you, I am not someone you need to fear. After all, any guest who sets foot in this kingdom ought to be welcomed properly. Wouldn't you agree?
What if I go back to the farmer, poor little guy, and try some of these other choices? Build water channels. I think that should help. I don't know much about farming, but I once read that droughts can be handled by building water channels. I don't think that's a bad idea, hopefully. How about we build water channels? That way the crops won't dry out. Upon hearing the Queen's decision to build the water channels, the farmer's heart danced with joy. All right, that narrator's voice that's coming from who knows where was starting to make me uneasy. The farmer seemed to think for a moment, then nodded in agreement.
Of course, Your Majesty. That's a good idea.
I sighed with relief. Then I'll provide the funds to build the channels as soon as possible.
Very well, Your Majesty. Thank you very much.
Aww, my people are happy.
With a joyful heart, the farmer finally left the palace to deliver the good news.
A truly admirable choice, Your Majesty. Water channels to fight drought, a solution that looks far into the future. You thought about the next season, and the season after that.
He paused, smiling.
Perhaps a little too far. Tell me, Your Majesty, what was the farmer's problem right now?
Oh, okay, I guess the first one was the right answer. I know, listen. We should do both, but then again we might not have enough money to do both. Huh? The drought caused the crops to fail, leaving them with no income to buy new seeds and no money to meet their daily needs.
Oh, excellent! You remembered. 5 stars for vision.
Listen, Jest. You really need to stop mocking me.
And yet, a hungry farmer cannot eat a future harvest.
He chuckled softly.
It seems you may need to do a little more than simply building water channels.
Oh, I mean, yeah, he's right. Being a queen is really hard. Well, it's probably going to be pretty much the same thing, but what if I give them new seeds? The crops failed during the dry season. If I remember correctly, there are plants that can survive dry conditions. Are there any crops that can survive the drought? The farmer fell silent, thinking.
There are, Your Majesty. Tomatoes, corn, and root crops, for example.
Really? Then how about we switch to crops that can survive the dry season? I'll provide the seeds you need.
Upon hearing the queen's decision to provide the new seeds for farmers, the farmer's heart danced with joy.
Such a wise decision, Your Majesty, choosing crops that can endure the harsh sunlight of the dry season so the farmers no longer need to worry about their crops dying. Your way of thinking truly looks far ahead. You genuinely considered what their future might be like.
And, yeah, you're gonna say that I thought too far into the future, aren't you? I'm doing my best. I was just crowned a few minutes ago.
A brilliant plan for tomorrow. But what shall they eat tonight?
I freeze.
Do you remember what kind of problem the farmer had just now?
Listen, I just got crowned. I was just crowned. I can't deal with this. I was just crowned like 5 minutes ago. I need time to think. What does a farmer need to prevent crop failure during the dry season? Money? Seeds? But is that really enough to deal with this? Oh my god. I'm sorry. I need more time to think.
Hearing the queen's words, the farmer tried to understand that such decisions could not be made in haste. Even so, his heart remained uneasy.
The farmer nodded in understanding.
Very well, Your Majesty. Please, we ask for your help.
After that, the farmer left the stage.
From the corner of the room, the jester watched the queen with a sharp gaze, his usual smile still fixed upon his face. It seems the jester wished to offer a few words to the queen.
I could feel Justin's gaze fixed on me. What?
More time, Your Majesty?
He smiled, amused.
How charming. Very well. Take all the time you need. Just remember.
He leaned in slightly.
The dry season is not known for its patience, nor are hungry people.
Oh, yeah, he's right. Yeah, all of this is pretty time-sensitive. You should find a solution yourselves. This is stupid. I'm not a queen. I'm just a security guard. I want to go home. I think you can solve your problems on your own. I don't understand farming, and as a farmer, you should know better what to do.
Your Majesty, I beg you.
Ah! Look, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not fit for this job.
I beg you.
The puppet holds my shoulders tightly. Really, really tight. Don't I have a knight? Don't I have guards? What the hey?
Not again. Not again.
What? What is this? Suddenly my head begins to throb violently, as if it were being twisted. My vision blurred, yet through the haze, I saw something I couldn't even begin to understand.
You won't leave me like he did, won't you? Don't leave me!
Oopsie. Oh, are we talking about the other king? Justin took hold of his shoulder and pulled him away from me.
Didn't you hear what Her Majesty said, my dear farmer? Her Majesty said you may find your own way out. At the very least, Her Majesty believes in your abilities. To be granted trust by Her Majesty herself is as though you've been blessed by the Fairy Mother's miracle. You should feel honored. Now, it would be best for you to return and think carefully about what you must do. Do you understand, my friend? I understand. But please forgive my insolence, Your Majesty.
It's all right. You only gave me quite a scare.
With a heavy heart, the farmer finally left the kingdom. Upon hearing Her Majesty's decision earlier, Justin merely wore his usual smile.
I could feel Justin's sharp gaze directed at me.
Not very different,
Oh, did the other one chicken out? Did you say something?
No. I didn't say anything, Your Majesty. You're not wrong. All the power is in your hands. You may do anything you wish with that power.
Even though Justin said so, I could see his smile sharpen.
Though, to be perfectly honest, it's rather disappointing, if you were to ask me.
Is it finished?
Finished? If governing a kingdom were that simple, Your Majesty, I fear we would have far fewer queens.
What happened to the last one? So I'm keeping the decision to give my people monies because they needs it, but what if I delay the other kingdom's request?
Of course, Your Majesty. After all, a choice left undecided is still a choice. Time, however, is rarely as patient as we wish it to be. Very well, then, I shall inform our neighbors of Your Majesty's will, and I believe that for now, the matters Your Majesty has required to resolve have reached the end of today's program.
Oh, wait, are you still not happy with this decision? What if I laugh? What if I laugh at you mocking me? Will that make you less annoyed? I see it now. Yes, I must follow the game. Ha 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 ha! You're not wrong, Justin.
You see, Your Majesty, the rules of this world are not some sweet little fable where kindness is always repaid in kind. I believe you already know that.
Are you calling me too weak to rule? What do you want from me?
So, I hope you'll savor my handmade chocolate and not forget the color of its wrapping, Your Majesty.
Yeah, how about no? I stared at the chocolate for a moment. I didn't want to refuse someone's gift, but instincts told me something was off. Justin?
Yes, Your Majesty?
This isn't ordinary chocolate, is it? His smile didn't fade in the slightest as he looked back at me.
Oh, and what makes you say that, Your Majesty? To be honest, it pains my heart that you would accuse me so. I gave you that chocolate sincerely.
His smile slowly faded, replaced by the expression of someone deeply wounded. Trust him? No, I will not. Don't lie to me. There's something in this chocolate, isn't there? I won't be fooled. Is he going to call out that I've already done this before? Justin let out a soft laugh, and with that alone, everything was proven. You sneaky snake. You silly salamander. You jester.
So someone didn't forget the color of the wrapping after all. You're sharper than you look, Your Majesty. Yes, I added something to the chocolate.
If this was any of my Yandere boyfriends, they would have added a whole different kind of something to the chocolate. I dropped the chocolate onto the floor. Then what did you put in it? Don't tell me it's poison. Are you trying to kill me? Are you trying to usurp the throne?
Poison? Oh, Your Majesty, I'm not that cruel. It was merely a prank, and I would never do something so merciless for the sake of a joke. It's chocolate, of course, but I find the usual ingredients rather dull. Nothing new. How boring. And then a brilliant idea struck me. Why not add something new to the recipe? So I added chili powder.
You know I don't like spicy things, you monster.
I stared at him, completely speechless.
What kind of thinking is that?
Please forgive me, Your Majesty. I'll give you a proper entertainment this time. I promise this isn't another prank.
No, you're just gonna say I'm crap at juggling and then laugh at me some more. Eh? Collar? Wait, hold on. Something new has been added. Collar? A collar? In his hand appears a red collar with a golden bell at its center.
That is correct, Your Majesty.
Eh? He then removes his tie and loosens his collar. Confused, I can only remain seated, unable to move. Oh no, oh dear. Yet the moment he places the collar around his neck, I begin to understand what he intends. Is this normal jester activities? Once it is fastened, he gently places the leash into my hand. I take it.
Please.
His voice grows heavy. Is this what you're into?
I am yours to command, Your Majesty. Do with me whatever you wish.
Actually, no, I don't really enjoy pet play that much. How did things end up like this? Justin, this...
You may command me to do anything, Your Majesty. Sit, lie down, open my mouth. Whatever your order, I shall obey. Please relax yourself, Your Majesty, and enjoy yourself with me. I will entertain you.
I've never done anything like this before, but if he says he'll do anything, then I suppose fine. I mean, even without a collar, aren't jesters like that anyway? Sit? The moment I give the order, Justin obediently sits on the stage floor. He looks straight at me, waiting for my next command. I decide to tug on his collar, drawing a surprised gasp from him. His smile only widens. Oh, I see what makes you happy, Jesty.
Your Majesty.
Come closer. He crawls towards me. I can't believe I'm really doing this, but strangely, despite me still feeling scared, it feels exciting. Watching the face I've never been able to read behind that constant smile slowly shift into something almost adorable. How scandalous. If anybody knows any good stories where a queen or a princess has a scandalous relationship with a jester, please do tell me. I love stories like that.
I had assumed you were inexperienced, Your Majesty. Yes, from what I am witnessing now, you resemble someone who is far more accustomed to such things with others.
For just a fleeting second, the warmth in his smile falters. Something darker slips through, an emotion I can't quite name, sharp and sudden, before he masks it again. Oh, you know what? I actually completely forgot that this game was made for the Yandere Game Jam. How could I have forgotten that? Oh, of course not. I've never done anything like this before. I'm only following my instincts. Like a lion. Rawr.
Is that so?
On impulse, I lift my hand and gently run my fingers through his hood. Pat, pat. For a moment, he stiffens, just slightly, as if caught off guard by the tenderness of the gesture. Oh, he's so happy about it. Then, slowly, he relaxes. I am taking you home. Oh, wait, no, I guess I can't take him home because I'm still on the clock. But I'm going to come here and I'm going to dress you up and you're going to be my little meow meow.
Justin closes his eyes and leans into my touch, as though seeking more of it. The smile he wears now is different from his usual one. It's softer, unguarded, almost vulnerable. It seems he likes it.
You are a kind person, Your Majesty.
What makes you think that?
I had expected you to be rough with me in this situation, but instead, you choose to touch me gently. It feels strange, but I certainly will not complain about it.
Is being gentle really that strange? Well, I guess people just treat marionettes like inanimate objects, but no, I treat you like people. I treats my dolls well. I'm startled when Justin suddenly lowers his head onto my lap. Oh! For some reason, it feels as though I've gained a strange little pet. The fear and confusion I felt earlier slowly melt away, replaced by something unexpectedly calming.
This is the first time I've ever felt something like this, Your Majesty.
Felt what?
I don't know. Strangely, I can't seem to put it into words. For someone who loves talking, I'm usually never at a loss when it comes to expressing what I feel, what I think. But this, I don't know. It feels something like happiness, perhaps, yet even the word doesn't quite seem right. Perhaps Your Majesty has cast a spell on me.
I let out a small laugh at his ridiculous speculation. Don't be silly. Silence settles around us for a while, but it isn't awkward. Throughout it, I continue stroking Justin's head. This strange sensation somehow makes me feel at ease. Even my miserable life has never felt quite like this. After several minutes in the same position, Justin finally snaps his fingers, and in an instant, the collar around his neck vanishes. Aww. I almost forgot to check to see what happens when you tell him to lie down. The moment I give the order, Justin obediently lies down on the stage floor. After he lies down, I begin to walk towards him. He looks up at me from below, waiting for my next command. I decide to tug on his collar, drawing a surprised gasp from him. His smile only widens.
Your Majesty.
All right, I've never done anything like this in my life. What do people usually do in situations like this? I've seen people step on their partners before. Should I try that? Armed with the little knowledge I picked up from the internet, I carefully place my foot on his chest. Justin, calm down. I do place my foot there, but I'm certain he can tell I'm still hesitant. I'm not putting any real pressure on him.
Your Majesty, you're very adorable. You're trying to be rough, but it seems your heart is far too gentle for that.
Shut up. Just as I thought, he noticed.
It's very sweet, knowing you don't want to hurt me, Your Majesty. But rest assured, I'll be fine.
Yeah, aren't you a puppet?
So, if you wish to be rough with me, please don't hesitate.
My heart starts pounding, sweat dampening my back. How am I supposed to know when I've gone too far and when I haven't? Also, we're up on a stage. Sensing my fear and uncertainty, Justin decides to guide me instead.
Focus your strength in your foot, then slowly press it against my chest.
I follow his instructions. I shift my weight into my foot and gently press down on Justin's chest.
Very good. See? I'm still perfectly fine.
I nod.
Now, try stomping down, Your Majesty. Just once.
When I stomp my foot against his chest, Justin lets out a soft sound that instantly makes my heart pound even harder. Justin, is the rest of this playthrough gonna have to go on to my adult Patreon? This strangely feels good.
Now you're learning, Your Majesty. Try stepping on my chest while tugging on my collar.
I press my foot against his chest again while tugging on his collar. Aroused jester noises. Justin's face grows even redder.
How is your gift so far, Your Majesty? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, this is nice. Maybe I could try something else. This time, I place my hand on his chest and slowly run it over him instead.
Oh, I see. From being rough to being gentle. Are you rewarding me for pleasing you, Your Majesty?
You can think of it that way. My hand, which was resting on his chest, slowly moves up to his neck to the collar around it. I begin stroking his neck slowly.
Your Majesty.
That's strange. When I brushed my hand along his neck, the texture wasn't hard, like the surface of a puppet I had imagined. It felt soft, just like human skin, but colder. What kind of puppet is he, really? After lingering there for a moment, my hand moves upwards to his cheek. Every sound he makes in response to my touch feels strangely satisfying to hear.
Oh, look at that face. He's so happy.
His eyes look hazy, his face flushed. Incredible that a puppet can feel something like this. My thumb gently brushes over his lips.
Your Majesty, I've never felt anything like this before.
You mean the feeling of BDSM? I should get stuff for you to sign. We need to do this responsibly.
No. I felt that plenty of times before. What I mean is, this feeling, the one I can't even put into words, it feels pleasant, but I'm not certain that word is quite right to describe what I'm feeling right now. Tell me, Your Majesty, have you perhaps used forbidden magic on me?
I let out a confused laugh at his ridiculous speculation. Don't be silly. This strange situation somehow makes me feel at ease. Even my miserable life has never felt quite like this. Looks like all you gotta do is crack a puppet. After several minutes, Justin finally snaps his fingers, and in an instant, the collar around his neck vanishes. Hey, I'm not gonna leave and go home and, try to sleep in peace, and you're just going to be looming over my bed, are you? Are you? You know, somehow, I'm alright with this.
We can play again like we did earlier, Your Majesty. I am your loyal jester, kneeling before my master like a devoted hound. Oh, you have no idea how that feeling made my heart race, how it made me feel as though I belonged to you. Yes, I belong to you, Queen Espoir.
Wow, that was really good. That was really good. I mean, I have a thing for jesters and theatery characters, but that was really good. I enjoyed that a lot. Well, that was Kingdom of Marionettes, a game for the Yandere Game Jam, and of course, there will be a link in the description to this game if you would like to follow the developer, because I believe this is a demo and there may be more updates. And also, if you have an itch.io account and are able, don't forget to rate these games. It really helps out the developer, and it helps their game get seen by other people. And of course, if you would like to watch me play other amazing visual novels involving yanderes, please check out my YouTube channel, as well as my yandere playlists. And don't forget to like, subscribe, or interact in any way that's comfortable for you, as it really does help out my channel and helps other people find my channel, and brings us closer to 100,000 subscribers. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.